what was it like being a mother in the 1950s?
I guess it was about the same as being a mother now. Except it was harder, of course, in those days.
What was harder about it, Granny?
Well, we had to prepare all the food.
And then mash it all up and make it smooth for the children. Whereas now they seem to just buy it in little containers.
Right.
They don't have to make the food like we did. And also, what else did we have to do? Oh yes, nappies. For about 8 years, I hung out nappies. Now they don't have to do that now. They just throw the nappies away and get new ones.
Right.
We didn't have those ones.
So how many hours a day did you used to spend doing the nappies?
Oh, I don't know. Just washed them in the washing machine and then just hung them out on the line to dry.
Wow. And what about when you having 4 boys? What was that like?
Oh, well, I was very disappointed because I thought the 4th one was going to be a girl. I got it into my head it was going to be a girl. And then another boy came. It took me about 3 days to get used to the idea. But I'm quite glad I had 4 boys now because they made 2 pairs. They got on well with 2 pairs.
So you were hoping Uncle Craig was a girl?
Oh, yes, of course, and I hoped Uncle Justin would be a girl too, but anyway, all 4 boys turned up.
And do you have any words of advice to give mothers and fathers of today?
I've written it down now. I can't read it. It's not bright enough to read.
Is the light? Do you want to turn the light on?
Yes. I was just going to say, just teach them to be kind and loving. That's all you can do, really. Teach them to be kind and loving.
Right. And what about, I guess, anything specific to the dads?
Not really. Not different from the mothers, I think. We both have to work together to bring them up to be fine children,
Good.
be fine young men or young women.
And, you've got a few great grandkids now.
Yes.
And you're going to have a few more, I'm sure, in the future. Do you have anything like specific to say to your great grandkids coming up?
Just to be good people. Just to be, they know what's right and what's wrong, and just to choose what's right.
Yeah.
That's all they can do.
Yeah.
Choose what's right and do that.
And what were the things that you enjoyed most about being a mum?
Oh, to love and be loved. Love and be loving.
Yeah. And what were some of the things that you found challenging of being a mum?
Oh dear. Challenging.
Did you say you'd had thought of these and written some of the answers down?
Yes, but I can't even read it. I've got a magnifying glass here.
Yes.
But my writing is so pale that I can't even read it.
Oh, if you went into a different room, maybe?
Well, maybe.
Looks like you've got 3 pages of notes there, Granny.
Well, no, it just came out like that. It just printed out.
Okay. And did you have any hobbies when you were back in the day?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I ever had any hobbies except reading. I was always reading. And I was always gardening too.
Well,
I didn't go for walks. I did lots and lots of gardening.
Yeah.
Because we came to a new house with no bare section around it, and so I was always gardening.
Great. What about sewing and things? Did you do any of that?
Oh yes, I always did a lot of sewing too.
Yeah.
If you call that a hobby, I don't know. Yes, I used to sew lots of things.
You're probably sewing out of necessity rather than out of interest.
Yeah. Well, I was interested in sewing. No, I enjoyed sewing.
Yeah. And as a mum, it can get pretty hectic, especially with 4 boys. How did you find time for yourself? Like, how did you arrange your day so that you...
Well, at weekends, Basil helped a lot. He didn't play golf, he said, because the children were too young, so he helped me a lot. And usually if he came home, he would bath the children, which gave me a break to get on with getting dinner.
Ah.
Yes. Well, it was a very busy time when we were young, so I didn't really have any spare time in those days. It was all devoted to the children.
And did they all used to fit in one bathtub?
I think they did when they were very small.
Yeah.
Yes, they all splashed. They got water everywhere on the floor. They so enjoy being in the bath and making a mess everywhere.
And so it sounds like Granddad would, come home from work and take, his job was to take the boys for a bath.
Yes, generally, Yes, generally did.
And on the weekends, what kind of things did he do with them when they were smaller?
Oh dear. Sometimes I had weekends off. I would go to various lectures and so on. Lectures came up from Auckland, and I would enjoy that, and he would look after the children on the Saturday. Not always, but occasionally. What did he do with them? I don't know. I think he went ahead with his work in his garage, and they would watch him.
Right.
I learned a lot from him then.
So he spent a lot of time in the garage, fixing things, or what did he used to do?
I'm dashed if I know.
Okay.
I don't know. I suppose he was fixing things.
I mean, these days they call them man caves.
Man caves, do they?
A man cave where the man goes off and fiddles with things, and
yes.
Which used to be the garage, but
yeah, that's right, the garage still. Yeah.
And now I've got here just a general question. What was the best time of your life, other than having kids, obviously?
The best time of my life? I don't know. I can't think of any time that was best. It's all been quite enjoyable.
Yes.
The best time? I can't think. I can't really think.
Do you know what was a very challenging time of your life?
Well, I suppose when they were all young.
Yeah.
When they were all young. I've got a photo of myself with Basil and 4 little Craig sitting on my knees. He was 1, and then Justin was 3. He's sitting on Basil's knee, and then Derek is beside me. He's 5, and Vaughan was 7. They're all together there. Naughty little Craig used to be so lively, so full of beans. And sometimes we'd go over to Dargaville, when Basil had work in Dargaville. We'd go over there, and Craig would jump around on my knee and play, and, full of beans. And then when we got as far as Whangarei, he'd suddenly fall asleep. It was just about time to wake up, because we were there.
And can you remember any attributes of Uncle Justin when he was kind of, quite young? You mentioned Uncle Craig was full of beans. Was anything
Well, Justin and Vaughan and Derek weren't quite so lively as Craig.
Yes.
I can't really think of anything about Justin especially. He was quite a good little boy. He got naughty when he got to be in his teenagers. It was very difficult then, but he was quite a good little boy.
Yes. And anything about Derek as a young one, kind of a general, what he was like, can you remember?
It's also very long ago. It's very hard to remember because it's, it all seems so vague to me now. Now I'm 91, I sort of can't think back that far.
And anything with Uncle Vaughan? It's the same.
Just about the same. I can't really think of anything outstanding about Vaughan.
Okay.
They always did what Vaughan told them, and when Vaughan got to be 13, he used to babysit while Basil and I went to the pictures or went out somewhere else. Vaughan could look after the others. They were very good. They did what he said, so we could leave him in charge.
So when Vaughan was 13, you left him with his 11-year-old, 9-year-old, and 7-year-old brothers.
Yes.
Home alone.
11, 9, and 7.
Just home alone, hanging out.
Well, they would go to bed. He'd put them to, they'd go to bed and they'd stay there. They behaved themselves, so we could go out. We were lucky we were able to go out then.
And what kind of things at the movies would you watch?
I can't remember now, dear. Honestly, and you asked me what was the best movie. I have no idea what the best movie was.